All right. Warmly welcome to the Swedish happiness podcast called Lyckopodden, Dhruv and Punnu Wasu.
Tack så mycket.
Oh, is this going to be a podcast in Swedish?
Jaha, jaså, that's all I know. Älskling, älskadaj.
That's a good start for sure. Beautiful. You've been to Sweden, I can tell.
Many times.
Yeah? How's that?
I love it.
You love it?
Yes.
Why?
The spaciousness and the people.
Yeah?
There's so much space, so much calmness. What I experienced. And I drive there, so the roads are empty.
True.
Nobody's rushing.
True.
There's no competition.
Well, when it comes to traffic, that's for
Well,
sure.
in Stockholm, yes.
Yes.
But in other parts, like suburbs, it's beautiful. Everybody's chillaxed.
Yeah. Beautiful. Because usually in Stockholm, like I'm from the north of Sweden, and it's like a place where it's very, very calm. Like it's a lot of mountains and snow, and the snow sometimes can like just fill the atmosphere with a lot of peace, I feel like.
Yes.
But also we say like Swedes, aren't we like famous for being kind of cold and introvert, and it's a lot of darkness there, so like it's dark like 8 months a year, so I feel like we have this kind of rumor that we're the opposite, or?
I have never experienced such.
No?
I've always experienced Swedes, the sweetest people on the planet.
Really? That's so beautiful. Maybe because you're also attracting that.
Yes. Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Exactly. I feel that's maybe why. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, welcome here to the
Thank you.
to the Happiness
Agnes.
Podcast. Yeah. So lovely to have you here, and also you here, Drew.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. Just say that in the microphone.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right. How are you guys? How do you feel?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah? And you?
Amazing.
And you have to microphone, yeah?
Amazing.
Amazing. Beautiful. Okay. So maybe
Next time we need 3 microphones.
Yeah. Next time we need 3 microphones for sure. Otherwise we have to like
Yeah.
But it's also okay. Beautiful. I think is it the third time I meet you now? I've been to
Yes.
2 of your
Third time.
I've been to 2 of your classes
Yes.
at Yoga Barn here in Ubud,
Mhm.
and it's been quite a journey to be to your classes. It's not you can't go there and just expect like it's going to be easy and soft. You experience a lot. Yeah, is it always like that?
Mostly. What was your experience?
Yeah. So, my experience. So, it was really like powerful when it comes to like anger and big emotions and releases in a way. And I'll tell the listeners, you're a breathwork teacher and also yoga teacher, no?
Mhm.
Yeah, yoga teacher, and among other things as well. And you have this really cool breathwork, conscious meditation breathwork class at Yoga Barn here in Ubud, Bali, and it was one of my first actually classes I arrived to, so I was like so mind blown when I first went there. Like it was almost 2 months ago, which is crazy. And my experience was, first time, as I said, it was like quite a big journey when it comes to emotions. I was so angry, I was screaming so loudly, like felt like I was like just releasing so much anger in my body, and also tears, and I had so much going on inside of me, and I like my brain didn't work at all. It was just my body talking in a way. It was so cool. And my second experience was actually quite calm. It felt like I was flying in a way. We were just like the total opposite. And I can also explain to the listeners that so the workshop starts with breathwork. So we're like breathing pretty intense in a way for a while, and then we meditate on that for I don't even know how long, but maybe half an hour or something.
On the energy centers.
On the
in
energy
between
center.
them, and there is
Good.
pause.
Good.
So we meditate on the chakras.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and you will have the time to explain it also, like deeper. But the other time around, it was like, it felt like this when we were meditating. It felt like, as I said, I was flying, and it was like I was having maybe 3 inhales and exhales on that time, which was like half an hour. So it felt like I was breathing like so slow, like slower than I ever had an inhale and exhale at the same time. And my whole body was like just flowing upwards in a way. We was also so weird, but so cool. So yeah, that was my experiences. Oh my god, I guess the listeners are like, what the fuck, what are you doing? But let's have some background here. Like, explain a little bit more about yourself. Who are you, and what are you doing with your like breathwork training?
So I'm a simple human being.
Simple human being.
Just simple, yes.
Yeah.
Born and brought up in India, and since childhood I really had the interest and questions about life, about spirituality, about God, about what is this whole drama of life about. So it started quite early for me, since age 5, and the inquiry went into deeper when I was a teenager. When I was 13 years old, I was asking questions to enlightened masters in India, why there is so much suffering, and why this and why that and all this. But their answers didn't really satisfy my urge of asking all those questions.
What was their answers?
Well, the answer that time, what I remember, was actually there is no suffering. It is the way you react or respond. Now I understand the answer. At that time, as a teenager, I didn't get it. And what I learned and experienced, that there are problems, challenges, and situations in everybody's life. Nobody is free from that. It could be physical problem, or mental, or emotional, or financial, or relationship, or any such kind of problems or situations or challenges. Everybody is going through something or the other, maybe small, medium, light, bigger. But suffering is a choice. Suffering is what we actually make out of when we are faced with a problem, with a situation. All of a sudden something comes up out of nowhere. How would you react or respond? So as a child, I didn't know, I didn't knew what to do about this, and I was confused, So my questions was to the enlightened masters, please explain me what is this. But at that time I also was not ready to understand because of the state of consciousness, right? So that brought me to go deeper into spirituality, go deeper into asking more questions, going deeper into yoga, meditations, mantras, music, and all that. So this journey kept on. When I was 16 years old, I already started doing yoga, to take my bicycle early morning, go to the yoga shala, do my yoga practice.
Wow.
Early morning, 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6.
In India?
In India, yeah. And then come back, take a shower, then go to school, college, yeah. That was the thing.
Wow, okay, cool. So as a 16-year old or young guy started with yoga.
Yes.
Okay, and then 16?
And then it continued. Then I traveled all over India singing kirtan at the age of 18. 18, 19, 20, I was doing that. And then I moved from India to Philippines at the age of 22, and started a job in a company. I was invited to Philippines as for kirtan. So it was me, my father, and my brother. So 3 of us, we were invited to Philippines, and we were kept on invited. So finally, after the 3rd invitation, the people who invited us, they offered me and my brother a job. I was working as a manager, doing the manufacturing of garments. So we used to import yarns from India, from Pakistan, manufacture clothes and then um, put them in containers, like in boxes, and fill up the containers. So that was my job of supervision. So 9 months I worked there, and then they promoted me to go to Moscow, to Russia. So I was director of the company at the age of 23 years old. I was already the director of the company, which it was quite new, because I was, I am a person, I'm open to learn and explore, So 2 years I was in Moscow running the company. So we used to import containers from China, from Hong Kong, from Philippines, from Dubai, from India, and we used to sell it in Russian market. And after 2 years working there, and then I decided to go back to Philippines and started my own financing business. While I was doing this, even when I was in Russia, I started learning Reiki. I was still interested in doing the spiritual work, continued my meditation practices. Even in Russia, I used to meditate with 500 friends. We used to do meditations in a basketball stadiums every weekend. We used to get together, do meditations. So it was quite a beautiful, experience. When I came back to Philippines, there was a big demand for music. So I did a lot of kirtans. So my daytime work was in finances, and evening was music. So it was like, and yoga continued. So I opened a yoga center there. It was called Shalimar Yoga Center, which I created. It was a big yoga shala where we did lots of yogas, meditations, music events. So it was Indian, Bollywood, Sufi, and Kirtan music. So it was like quite, and also world music. It was beautiful. That continued for 1.5 years, and then I started traveling all over the world.
Wow. So yoga and meditation and breathwork have always been a part of your life.
Always, since childhood.
Wow. Is that like a cultural thing?
Not really. Not every house in India are inclined to that. But I think I was lucky and fortunate that I was brought up in a family where my father, you met.
Yeah.
He's in kirtan. He's in music, and healing has been in my family. My grandfather, from my mother's side, he was a healer. So he was a medicine man. So he used to make herbs and heal people. My mother also. So she was a healer. My father also was into this line of kirtan and music. So as a childhood, when I used to listen to the scriptures, the words pierced my heart, and that inquiry, I think it is also related to my past life. So that journey continues.
So this conscious meditation, active conscious meditation as you do, how did you come up with that? Or
So this is an ancient meditation which was actually found quite many years ago back in India, and it's done by the monks and the guides. It's a meditation what I found out when I was studying in Vannes University.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So will you tell me a little bit more about it? Now I had my a fast version of it, but please tell me a little bit more about it. What are we actually doing in this meditation and breathwork? Yeah.
So.
And why?
Why not?
Good answer.
So this meditation is a very, very powerful meditation.
For sure.
It's very beautiful meditation. It's one of the meditation I like to give a name, creme de la creme, because it is brings about all the cream
to
the surface.
Sure.
Whatever it is, salty or spicy or sweet.
Yeah, it just comes.
It comes up in this meditation. So basically, this has two elements into it. The first one is the breath work. So the breathing is 5,000 year old pranayama technique derived from Agni Sar Kriya. Agni means fire. So basically all the 5 elements in this universe are also within us. Whatever is there in this universe is already within us, each and every one of us. The macro is in this micro. The inner world is so vast that very rarely people get a chance to explore. So meditations such like this one actually brings about that inner experience, that there is so much beauty, there is so much space within us, there is so much to explore and so much to experience, that we are so busy in the worldly engagement that we completely forget who we truly are.
We never look inside. It's like we never shut our eyes.
We have no time, like, you know, we don't have to even have the time to properly breathe. Like deep breathing, you know, that's like people completely got lost of that simplicity of life, you know. So the first aspect of this element of this meditation is breathing. What does this breathing do? It goes into deeper pockets of our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual states and brings about any disturbance or in any blockages that might be in our body. So Agni Sar Kriya, having the Agni means fire, it ignites.
It's like
Agni.
Agnes. It's almost, I mean,
You are fire.
Yeah, I am fire for sure.
Yes.
My zodiac sign is also a fire one. I'm an Aries. I have
Yes.
so much fire in me, so I just had to say it because
I can see
so
that
much.
in your aura, in your presence,
Yeah,
full of fire.
I am. You see, red dress today, fire.
Fire.
So much fire in here.
Yes.
Yeah. Continue.
The inner fire which we have in the Manipura chakra, that fire is in the form of fire, but it's actually very cooling fire. It's not that the heat like we actually experience in the fire that we see. So although that heat, that fire that we have, what it does, it ignites or it invokes, it opens up different channels, the power, the physical power. See, everything is related to everything. The physical body, the mental body, the pranic, the energy body, the intellectual, the intelligent, the bliss body, all this is connected. Our karmic bodies, all the things that we have accumulated lifetimes. And Indians, we go even more deeper into 84 million species before we got this human body. So there are so many experiences that we all have gone through that are actually stored in the large unconscious mind.
Wow.
So it is in the, basically in this area, the occipitals, all that experiences, all that we have gone through is stored in us. And many a times, if you have experienced that many things happens unconsciously, you don't know how. Let's say, for example, something comes up and you react or you respond. And then when you look back, oh, where did this come from? This is coming from that accumulated information that we had through all these species that we have gone through.
Oh, wow.
That's why Indians have gone into a very deep study of all these experiences. Like we have been dolphins, we have been the fishes, we have been the tiger, we have been the giraffe, we have been all that plant kingdoms and animal kingdoms and insects and all this. Then we got this human body after 84 million species. Now this seems to be a very long journey. And that's the reason why we say in our scriptures that this human form or human body is a gift. Because here is the point where we can either evolve and go higher, or it's possible that we remain here and come back again and again, or it's also possible to go down, go back into that life and death circle until we actually understand and realize what are we doing.
Wow.
why there is so much suffering.
And breathwork is in a way helping you to release.
Yes, release a lot of karmic patterns,
Mm.
release a lot of, the thing that we hold very tight. This is mine and this is me.
Mm.
All that opens up.
Mm.
What is me and what is mine?
Yeah, that's big question. What is me? What is mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these questions actually go into a deeper sense of inquiry. What are we doing here, and who am I? What is my true identity?
How often do you do breathwork?
I do whenever I need.
What
I
do you
used to
need?
do a lot of meditations for 30, 40 years. I used to lock myself in my room, meditate whole day, and only come out when I was hungry. And then I started meditating from 2 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I used to wake up 2 o'clock, have shower, sit from 2:30 to 5 every day. So that was a journey. Now I'm in a state, my meditation is different. It's mostly being present in this moment. So as I'm talking to you, my meditation is going on. You know, sometimes people might think, oh, this is just blah 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 blah, but no. Only a person who have gone through that, you know, has gone through all those experiences, can talk about it. My experience is my experience. Your experience would be your experience. Dhruv's experience would be his experience. So everybody has their own ways of finding their own path. So how often do I do breath work? Whenever I get a chance. Whenever there is an opportunity, I do it.
Because I feel like breathwork, breathing, it's like nothing that is as natural as your breath in a way.
Yes.
It's like it's just going all the time. Like as long as you're alive, you're just breathing like all the time. But it's, in a way, it's also so powerful if you do it in certain ways.
Yes.
And to me, that is just when I realized, what breathwork actually does to you. It's actually mind blowing. Because I mean, if you like in a way can control your breath in a way, you can experience this, emotional and bodily releases that like you will never experience in another way.
Yes.
How do you how is that even possible? And how do you usually how are you supposed to breathe to get this kind of experiences?
Let's experiment right now.
Okay.
The three of us.
Yeah.
I'll give you a very simple breathing technique.
All right.
Which is, I'm going to give you a count where you consciously breathe at 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just experience.
Okay, so it's
Just for
inhale,
few
inhale, exhale.
Inhale, hold, exhale, hold.
Okay.
But really do it consciously.
All right. And the listeners can do this as well, true?
Sorry?
The listeners can do this now
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
close your eyes. I'm going to give you the count. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. You can gently open your eyes. It is this simple. Actually, it's so simple. So, you asked me my meditation. My meditation is awareness on the breath. Even when I'm talking, I'm aware how the breathing is going on. I'm aware what I'm talking about. I'm aware what I'm seeing. I'm aware how the breeze is going out. I'm aware the lady talking outside. I'm aware of the rain outside. I'm aware of all the sounds that are happening inside and outside. So there is a total awareness and total feeling without any judgment whatsoever.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It is that simple.
It is that simple. Wow. And how is like breath work and meditation actually connected to happiness?
Happiness is our nature.
A nature?
It is our nature. It is our innate nature. As children, we didn't know what was sorrow, we didn't know what was sadness. All we knew, our nature is happiness. Saying this much, circumstances like what just happened in Gaza, or kids going through some traumas, pain, or whatever happening in the world might change the outcome of whatever is happening, but actually happiness and bliss is our nature. Everything in this world is actually happy. Everything, humans, animals, birds, plants, trees, actually you experience everything is the origin of our being is happiness, a joy. But we completely forgot.
Completely?
We completely forgot,
Yeah.
or we have the glimpses of it here and there, and we seek that happiness through pleasures.
Yeah.
And we think through having that pleasures, we will get happy. It will get you a temporary satisfaction, but then ultimately it is sadness and sorrow. So happiness and breath work, you do the breath work and you will start feeling that actually your nature is happiness. Like what we just did, simple breathing. Or when the mind is too active, analytical mind, too much into the thinking process. So then we ask them to do some Bhastrika Pranayama or Agni Kriya, like this active consciousness meditations. So then when people go through that, they experience, oh my God, my true nature is nothing but existence, consciousness, intelligence and bliss, which is Sat Chit Ananda. All of us, we are born out of the same light. Every one of us, everything is created in the light of God. So who is good and who is bad? Who is right and who is wrong? We are all here in a, we are like in a guest room. I don't know if you have experienced, I'm sure I experienced also in Sweden. When I used to take trains. So there is a guest room where you go because you have to take another train. So there is a room where you go and rest, right? And you wait for the other train to come.
Yeah.
In India also we have these guest rooms. Yeah. This world that we are in, we are guests.
We are
Just for a short while.
For a short while.
Enjoying for the next journey.
How come we have forgotten?
We forget because we get so attached. This is mine and this is me. This is my property. This is my wife or husband or brother or sister or father or mother or children or pets or whatever.
Like the ego in a way, or?
Ego kicks in and creates a delusion that this is me, this is mine, this is you, this is yours, this is my country, this is your country, this all these differences, and we completely get into that illusion of separation. And that is the reason for sorrow and sadness. When we are actually connected with ourselves, we feel that connection with everything that is around us and within us.
That's so beautiful. Because I remember my two brothers were here. My siblings was here in Bali during Christmas, and they are not very like spiritual at all. You know, they grew up in Sweden. They have been using their brains a lot. They are twins, so they are so similar, but also so not similar in so many ways. You know, and both of them went to your meditation as well, because I was like, try this, just give it a try. And one of my brothers, he's from the academia, so he's very like into science, and everything has to be science based for him to believe it. In a way, it's like, do you have? Where do you know that? Where does that like knowledge come from? He always asked, and really critical. And it was so much fun because he came out from your class and were like, I don't understand this. I don't understand this. How is this possible? Because it wasn't like, and also he believed it because he felt so much trust with you. Because when you're talking about this and we're talking in your classes, it comes from a real kind of scientific perspective in a way, or you can really explain it in a way which makes it understandable. And then that was like why he was like coming up from your class and like, I don't understand it. Like, I can't understand how this is even possible. Like, you're breathing and then it's happening so much in your body. Like, how is this even possible? I mean, it is hard for the mind to understand, in a way. Yeah? Have you heard it before?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, scientific and analytical people, they put everything in science. Explain me how it is possible, then I will tell you what is it. It's not. It's not like this. Spirituality, as a whole, is unknowable. Everything, the consciousness is unknowable, and it shall forever remain unknown. Science has evolved just past few 200 to 250 years ago. Spirituality has been for quite a long. Saying this much, Indians, the Vedas are also scientific. In India, 10,000 years back, we had Vimans. Vimans are electromagnetic aeroplanes that used to fly without any fuel, just with the electromagnetic field. So science was there, but science was not as it is seen now. I'm not saying good or bad or right or wrong about what's happening. Yes, you want scientific proofs, but there are things that are beyond science, beyond scientific proofs.
Exactly.
You know, for example, the body.
The body,
right?
Which we have forgotten about. We're so much in the brain.
Into the head, right? So much into the head. This body is a beautiful technology. All right. Now we are sitting and talking with each other. We have had breakfast, lunch. The body knows how to digest. The heart is beating, blood is circulating. You know, eyes are seeing, ears are listening, breathing is, respiration is going on. There are so many activities that are happening in the body which are automatic, right? Now, do you have any control that you go and tell to the body, hey, from now onwards, I will give you the beat, how you should beat the heartbeat?
No, it doesn't
It's
work
impossible.
like that.
When we are in a deep sleep, how does the body function? How does it go on? The respiration keeps us alive. All these functions, when we have no control over this body itself, how could we say that this body is mine? You know, the genetic information of each and every cells, if these information is written in books, the books will be stacked from earth to moon. The nerves of these body, if they are stretched, they can be brought at least 7 times around the earth. What have we done to create such a sophisticated, intelligent body? You know, now scientists are trying to find out, okay, we will create clones or we'll create this. It's good. It's a good invention. AI is working their own way, beautiful. I have no, as long as it helps.
Mm.
It helps us as human to grow and evolve.
Mm.
But it's not just the science that we can say this is right. If only I can understand, then this everything is good.
Mhm.
If I cannot understand, if I cannot explain, that means it's not good or it's not right.
Mm.
That is very limited.
Mm.
There are many things that we don't understand,
Mm. And that's okay.
and that's okay.
Exactly. I think
Can
that's
we just experience it, right?
yeah.
How does the wind blow?
Yeah.
How does the rain? Science are trying to figure it out. Every nook and corner of everything that is happening. Where are they going? What is it that? Okay, it's okay to research.
Mm.
It's okay to go into the laboratory
Mm.
and do the research. But is the research helping you to be a better person,
Mm.
or is getting you into the head
Mm.
and making you crazy?
Mm. So why, exactly, we're holding on so much to the things that we know, that we can understand anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, we have to understand it. If we don't understand it, it's bad or dangerous or not
Yeah.
right in a way.
Yeah.
Instead of just accept or.
The vast unknown,
Mm.
which is not known to us.
Mm. Beautiful. Yeah.
Can we just accept as it is?
Mm. Wow. Okay. So yes. So okay, we're in the happiness podcast. So I'm so curious about happiness again, and you explained a little bit about it earlier. Would you say that? Are you happy?
Let me ask you first question. What makes human life truly extraordinary?
Human life extraordinary presence. Where?
It's happiness.
It's happiness, and that comes from presence, or to me right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It comes from, it is our nature, A human being does not become extraordinary just merely by the amount of prosperity he or she has created. Though that could be one of the marks of an individual's achievement and greatness. What makes human life truly extraordinary are the moments of happiness
Moments.
that we manage to experience on everyday basis. Simple moments.
Mm.
Simple, it's not, we don't have to be rich to experience happiness.
Yeah. Mm.
You can be happy.
Can you be happy 24 hours a day, all day, 24 hours?
It all depends how do you define happiness? What is happiness for you?
Mm. Is that a question?
Can you? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a question. What is happiness for you?
Presence.
Presence, exactly. Yes, it's possible to be present even in sadness, and that can be happiness too, that you're present. Even when you're going through anger, you can be present without judging, without saying this is bad. Then it's possible to be happy too. It's okay.
Wow,
This-
this is what I have to think. This is so mind blowing. Presence. Yeah. Okay. So it is possible. Are you happy 24 hours?
What do you think?
You always look happy, actually. You feel easy and you feel like you're having a lot of smiles on your face a lot of the time. And
Even I'm angry, even if I am angry,
Mm.
internally I'm happy. Because that anger is not coming out of any motive behind to dominate or to show someone, right or wrong or good or bad. As a human, we all go through the experience of humanness.
Mm.
We all go through ups and downs.
Mm.
It's like ocean.
Mm.
The upper, on the surface of ocean, there are waves. There is no ocean. Yeah, sometimes Swedish ocean is quite calm,
Mm.
and that's why the nature of Swedish people is calm.
Mm.
Actual happiness, when you go dive deep into the ocean, there is only stillness and beauty. That's our nature. Happiness is our nature. Bliss is our nature. So, how would you rate a spiritual person? A spiritual person is a person who is a happy person. Because wherever they will go, will only spread happiness. An unhappy person, wherever they go, they only spread unhappiness.
That's so true.
So if you want to find a spiritual person, look for a happy person. Not the one who just shows off, but internally sit with them, spend some time,
Wow.
and see if they are really truly happy.
Yeah.
Maybe their face is smiling, but internally they might be
Yeah.
miserable.
Yeah.
You know?
How would you define happiness?
How would I define happiness? Is a person who is living with feeling and awareness.
Feeling of.
Feeling,
Huh?
who is feeling everything
Oh, so
and is
feeling.
being aware of whatever is happening. And there is an inner joy of acceptance,
Yeah.
whatever is there to life.
Acceptance. I think acceptance is the key.
So are you able to accept anything and everything that is happening in your life? Like say for example your childhood, your past, your body, your abilities, your emotions, all of these, everything that is happening, are you able to accept it without saying, oh, this should not happen? You know, the biggest secret of happiness is when you stop resisting to
Stop
what is.
resisting. Yeah.
Whatever is happening, whatever,
Mm.
you don't resist.
True. Mm.
Like rain is coming
Yeah.
and we don't have the raincoat.
No.
What can we do? You
Buy
just
one.
enjoy the rain or buy the raincoat
Yeah. Yeah.
or enjoy the rain. Be
Yeah.
grateful so much.
That's so true.
Right?
Are you happy?
Am I happy? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's accepting all the emotions, including happiness and anger and everything. It's happiness because it's human to experience all those emotions. And as I heard from my dad a lot of time, even if you're suffering, then it's a choice. Suffer joyfully. So accepting all emotions, that's happiness for me.
That's so true. Because I, it's so funny because I always have heard from people around me that I feel so much. I feel, but yeah, around the fire, like I feel so much, and I do. I feel a lot, and in Sweden, in my perspective, people are like kind of numb, like they're not feeling so much. They are, and that in a way also promotes by the society, in a way. It's not accepted to start crying in a way on your work when you're supposed to do an important task at your computer. In a way, it's not accepted to feel a lot of, or express it in a way. You can feel it, but you're not allowed to express it. In a way, they start to. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are kind of numb, and that is also a good thing in a way. So I've been, and like, so that also says that in a way, me as a person that feels a lot has not like being as good as the one that doesn't feel so much, which has also made me hard to accept in a way my feelings, because I shouldn't feel so much, you know. I'm so sad and so happy in that it can shift so many times during a day, you know. Sometimes it feels like my body is in a way deciding over me, or what is me and what is like the mind and what is myself. But it feels sometimes that I have to listen so much to my body that I'm like maybe a slave under my body, because it expresses so much, and it can be everything from like fear, sadness, happiness, joy in one day, you know. It's exhausting sometimes. It's like, yeah, it's just that I feel so much, and I'm still trying to figure out how to handle it or be okay with it in a way. Yeah. You want to comment on this, some of you?
Yeah, actually I heard a beautiful quote from you, and a lot of time it's from Rumi. There is a place beyond goodness and badness, I will meet you there. So I believe that it's there is no emotion which is good or bad or positive or negative. All emotions are beautiful and should be expressed. So even happiness or anger or whatever. So I believe that as well.
That's so true.
Let's go back into your question again.
Okay.
What was the question?
What is happiness for you?
Happiness. To be now,
To be now.
in the present.
Present again, back to the present.
Back to the present.
Mm.
The presence is in the present.
Mm.
Past we don't know. Future we have no clue. Past we know, but it's gone.
Mm.
What can we do?
Mm.
Don't
True.
right.
Yeah.
Future, of course, we do plan. We have goals and all this. Can we be open?
Mm.
You know, the present is the moment where we can be present in this presence.
Mm.
This is all it is.
Mm.
And can we be present in every moment, in everything that we do, and enjoy it?
We need a lot of breath work for that. Like, oh my god, to be able to do that. I mean, it's next level. Because sometimes I also hear this quote like, oh, you should not strive for happiness, or happiness is just a feeling. You should not, like, it's not something to strive through, you know. Sometimes people can come to my podcast actually and be pretty activated and have like a bad expression or feeling about the word happiness in a way. They're like, oh, happiness podcast, why should I enter the happiness podcast? No, it's not possible to be happy all the time. Like, it's nothing worth striving towards in a way. What would you like to say about that?
No, I would, on the contrary, be completely opposite. You can be happy with whatever it is.
Mm.
Suffering is because of the resistance.
Mm.
Whatever we resist, it persists, leads us to the suffering.
Mm. Wow.
So, joy and happiness is to experience whatever comes in your life, however they come. It's not that you don't talk about it. Let's say, for example, you have a company and you have to build up this company, and you have to work hard, and you have to deal with all the situation with the workers working in the company, and then family, and then so many other things.
Mm.
It's not that you just be happy, haha, you know, smiling. No, you've got to do what you have to do.
Mm.
But can you be with presence
In that, while you're
doing that, and enjoy it?
Yeah.
Not to wait for the end of the journey. Once I buy the property,
Yeah.
once I retire,
Yeah.
once this or that happens, then I'll be happy.
Mm.
But who is stopping you from enjoying it now?
True.
The beauty is enjoying the journey as it goes.
Yes.
You know? People say, no, when I get rich,
Yeah.
then I will be happy.
Yeah.
What's the guarantee?
When I get the job,
When
then I'll be
when I
happy.
get married,
Yeah.
when I have children.
Yeah.
Come on, hey,
Uh.
you can enjoy in every moment.
Presence.
You know, the presence.
So everything that brings you back to the presence is good exercises then to become happy actually, and then breathwork is one of them.
Yeah, breath work, silence,
Yoga.
experiences, yoga, kirtan, all these yogas like bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, raja yoga, karma yoga.
Mm.
Service is very, very important also,
Mm.
because if you really want to work with your ego, the best way is to do karma yoga, selfless service,
Service. Wow.
and that gives so much
Mm.
in return, thousands and millions times.
Mm.
And I'm talking from my own experiences. To serve.
Mm.
That's why Jesus says it's in giving that you receive.
Yeah.
And I've experienced this in my life and in the life with many, many amazing beings who I had the honor of interacting with them. Just recently I was in Thailand in this beautiful place called Kamalaya, and the owner, he met this avatar Babaji, who's the descendant of Mahavatar Babaji, Hirakhandi Maharaj. He served, he's American, he served Babaji for entire life. He slept on the streets of Delhi. He cleared the lakes in the Himalayas just to build the ashram. He did whatever Babaji told him to do for 14 years. And he said, I'm going to teach you. Because when he came for the first time, he brought all his books and philosophy. He said, Babaji, I've learned so much. And these are my books that I really, I've learned. Babaji told him, bring all your books. And he brought, and he threw him in the rivers. In the river. He said, I will teach you through experience.
Wow.
Not through the books.
Phew. Powerful. Phew.
So I met him recently, just yesterday I came back, and when I heard all the stories, all the miracles that he went through,
Oh.
so amazing.
Wow.
And this happened just few years back in India.
Wow.
And it happens
Presence.
every time. The presence.
The presence.
Presence.
It's so funny because that was actually the word that I described you with to my brothers was actually presence. Because I remember after my first session with you, you remember that I came to you and wanted to talk to you.
Yes.
At first I actually left, but something just pulled me back. Like, no, you have to go back in a way. And usually I don't do that. Usually I'm like too shy or too blah blah blah. I don't want to be too much in the way, blah blah, But here I felt like, no, I have to talk to you. And I didn't want to say so much. Like, I just wanted to maybe have your presence actually. And because I can also tell, like, as a facilitator at Yoga Barn, you have a lot of people, like a lot of classes every week, and like from my perspective, I could really tell that it's hard to be present with all people that wants to talk to you afterwards, wants your opinion, wants you blah 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 in a way. But here, I have not felt so much presence from someone as I did with you for such a long time, and now I feel emotional here again.
I can see the tears in your eyes.
I feel so emotional when I talk about this because it was so long time, or if even ever, that I felt that much presence from someone as I did from you. I didn't like, before I even said a word, you were so there with me. Like, I could really tell that you were just there in a way which was so amazing. And I remember just the words I said was, I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry. And so it doesn't even like make sense. I didn't have any like story to tell or big, like, I don't know, mind-blowing story to tell you. I just wanted to tell you that I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Do you remember what you called me afterwards? Yeah, do you remember that?
Angry Agnes.
Yeah, angriness. Angriness. That was so funny because it's so like spot on. I was like, yeah, true. I was such angriness. And it was again, a lot with these feelings again. But so thank you for the presence.
So welcome.
So beautiful. Wow, guys. All right, I think we're gonna wrap this up in a way. And usually I have 3 like fast questions that I usually ask all my guests, and I will ask both of you. And the first question is, what makes you really, really happy? Maybe
now. This moment.
Yeah, we asked.
Just talking to you.
Yeah, presence. We already talked about that. True. And
Just being here with my son.
Yeah.
And with you. Just this happiness.
Same for me. I would say the same for me.
Yeah, and I would say the same for me as well. So yeah, I guess we agreed on that one.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, and the other question that I usually ask is, what's your best happiness advice to listeners?
Just follow the passion.
Follow the passion.
Follow the passion. Follow what your heart says. Not what the mind says or society says. Follow, listen to your heart. Spend some time with yourself. Search your soul and you'll find. You got to spend some time with yourself, with nature, enjoying the rain. Go crazy with the rain. Go wet. Go dance in the rain. Just be free. Like that. And then the universe will guide you
Yeah.
what to do next.
Yeah. True. You want to add something?
I will not be curious about life
Yeah.
like a child.
Curiosity. I love curiosity. That's actually the why I'm doing this podcast. It comes from curiosity. It's asking the question why. Why? Why do you think that? Why do you think like that? How is that? Why is that? So I feel kind of feel like a child sometimes when I'm doing this because I'm so.
You are.
Yeah. True, I am. Thank you for that. So beautiful. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have something else that you want to share with the listeners here before we shut this one off?
Go ahead.
What more should I share?
I don't know. Something pops into your mind. Some course you're gonna have, or some some quote or whatever. Something that feels
I will
right.
share the quote after.
So, what I would suggest, or let me say, if you would like to go deeper, if you'd like to inquire, why, we have a lot of things that we do, like the meditation training, 21 days, which is for 2024. It's happening April and November in the Yoga Barn in
Bali?
Ubud, Bali, and September in Switzerland. So it's a 21 days journey where people can choose to join for 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, or 21 days, which will be a life transforming journey. And I can say that because it has helped me immensely. This is one thing. And someone who is interested in healing modalities, which I was many years ago back in Russia, I started learning Reiki. So this is what I teach also. I studied in Russia and also in India, and I did a Grand Mastery in Reiki, which Dhruv is also one of the Grand Masters. My father too.
It's so
Catherine
beautiful
too.
that you're doing like this family thing. I love it.
Yeah. So that is another thing that we do in 5 days. Another thing that my passion really is music. So we do kirtan trainings, sound healing trainings, where people can learn how to sing properly, voice activation, activating the throat chakra, how to express ourselves, how to play instruments. So we start from basic, and people who have already started, who are intermediate, we also help them to advance. Those who are advanced, we also help them to go even more. So we have different category of people who come to our trainings, and I also collaborate with Western musicians. So this in April we have this East-West training of Kirtan, which is happening. So
Kirtan is like singing mantras together, right?
Kirtan is
Yeah.
mantras.
And
So
together, like
together.
it's so beautiful, and sometimes with cacao and it's like,
Yes.
it's
So
beautiful.
yeah.
So if the listener doesn't know what it is, so yeah.
Yeah, Kirtan, the word Kirtan comes from Kirti, which means to praise, glorify, and it can be in any language. It doesn't have to be just Sanskrit. It can be in English, it can be in Swedish, it can be in Spanish, it can be in Hebrew, does not matter. So mantras, words to praise, to glorify.
You will also come to Sweden, right?
I'm coming to Sweden.
I mean, that's so beautiful.
July, I'll be in Sweden
July,
for 3
Ängsbacka.
weeks. Ängsbacka.
I mean, it's perfect. I will be there. I hope the listeners will be there, and then we can maybe gather together and have a little happiness
Gather together.
talk. I don't know.
Yes, and I'll be doing lots of meditations there. I'll
Yeah.
be doing music. A lot of amazing friends I made in Sweden who are going to join me on the stage.
Wow,
So it's going to be a blast.
it's gonna
And,
be
and
amazing.
as I mentioned, I love Sweden
Yeah,
a lot.
which is so funny because I think Swedish people are a bit tricky, but yeah, I'm happy you have another experience.
Yeah.
And you, Drew, you want to share something? Are you gonna follow your dad around there, or what's up with you?
Yeah, maybe in future.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn. I was very fascinated to learn a lot of things and still learning from my family, from my dad, from everyone. And yeah, with the meditation, active consciousness, yeah, it really changed my life. So yeah, I started it online, doing it live. Yeah, so people who are not in Bali, those can practice with me online.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
So how do you find that?
it's on my website, punnuwasu.com.
Okay, cool. So then you can check that one out if you want to do it online. Cool. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm so honored and blessed and happy that you're here. So thank you guys.
Tack så mycket.